Good morning, and thank you for choosing NYNJPA Weather as your weather source for the Northern Mid-Atlantic. I'm meteorologist Stephen DiMartino. Well, this morning high pressure is in control. However, an area of low pressure is currently developing over the upper Midwest and western Great Lakes, is on the way and will produce some stormy conditions tonight into tomorrow morning. Let's take a look at the water vapor satellite picture, as I think we'll see the real driving mechanism for the potential for strong winds and some intense thunderstorms overnight tonight. Okay, so here we have the water vapor satellite picture. Now, notice the strong disturbance that is over southern Lake Michigan. This disturbance was expected to be a little bit further north, but it's not. It's actually the strongest part of this disturbance is now moving through Indiana and approaching the Ohio Valley. And as a result, we're going to have stronger lifting moving through the northern Atlantic, specifically northeastern Pennsylvania, through the northern half of New Jersey, New York City metropolitan area, and off towards southern New England. Now, because of that enhanced lifting, well, it changes the whole dynamics of the atmosphere. So instead of just some gusty winds for the Long Island Sound and for the coastal waters of Long Island, instead now we have a more impressive wind event for basically the most of the coastal locations and a potential for a line of strong thunderstorms moving through the entire northern Mid-Atlantic. Let's take a look at some of this model guidance. Now, this is the 0Z GFS guidance, but it's basically the same on all the other model guidance I've looked at. A few things to point out. One, notice the upper low over the Canadian Maritimes. This is a developing negative NAO pattern. We also have a strong upper level low over central Canada. That is basically enhancing and causing the overall pattern to intensify. Then notice the disturbance that is over central Pennsylvania. That disturbance is going to create a tremendous amount of lifting over the northern mid-Atlantic, which basically allows the thunderstorms that develop along the cold front and showers, which were originally expected to be relatively weak and more focused towards New England, to now be more focused over the northern mid-Atlantic. And it will be able to tap into some dynamics that originally it wasn't able to. Now, the reason why I point out the negative NAO pattern that's developing is that it slows down the entire pattern. Originally, this upper level low that was over Canada was supposed to kick this cold front through. The disturbance interacts with the upper level low, and the low pressure system at the surface intensifies, which originally produced the potential for strong winds anyway over the coastal waters of New Jersey out through southern Long Island. However, now that the pattern is slowing down a little bit more, we have a different setup developing over the region. Now, this is the same model guidance at 850 millibars. The winds at 850 millibars are anywhere between 40 to 60 knots. Why is that important? Well, if we have stronger lifting over the region, that lifting will be able to create an upflow for the thunderstorms to tap into those strong winds. Now, what comes up must come down. And in a thunderstorm, what we have is called a downdraft. When those downdrafts tap into that strong low-level jet stream at 850 millibars, you get very strong wind gusts at the surface. So when those winds get mixed down, you get winds gusting to 40, 50, possibly even over 60 miles per hour in some of the stronger thunderstorms. These thunderstorms will also be capable of producing very heavy downpours and frequent lightning. I think that any other severe threat is pretty much limited, as the atmosphere itself is relatively marginally unstable. It's not really, if it wasn't for this disturbance, we really wouldn't have much of a severe threat here. Sure, gusty winds along the coast and over the coastal waters because of a tightening pressure gradient, but other than that, the cold front really wouldn't have been a big deal if not for this disturbance slowing down. So basically what we can expect late tonight, starting roughly around 10 p.m., this cold front will start to really organize and set up a strong line of thunderstorms. Those thunderstorms will start to move through eastern Pennsylvania late tonight after 10 p.m. and then through early tomorrow morning, should I say, early Friday morning. Those thunderstorms will move through the region. Likely about 1 a.m. to 2 a.m., you'll start to feel the impacts over New Jersey, New York City, and then by 4 a.m., the cold front will start to clear the coast, and those thunderstorms will start to exit early tomorrow morning. However, the windy conditions, because of the low pressure system intensifying and high pressure off the coast, will continue into tomorrow morning with gale force winds in some locations, basically south of Long Island and into the Long Island Sound. I think the strongest winds, though, will be south of Long Island and just a little bit past 20 nautical miles off the New Jersey coast. Once that low pressure system exits, well, the weather conditions become a lot better. As you can see by this weekend, high pressure's in control. We are watching a cold front that will move through on Sunday afternoon, but that cold front will be relatively dry. And again, the majority of the disturbances and lifting with this cold front should be focused towards the St. Lawrence River Valley. The reason why is that this upper level low should remain over the Hudson Bay area and then towards Quebec. So the best dynamic should remain to the north, but I'll keep an eye on it because we've already seen what this negative NAO pattern has done already to just one disturbance. So we'll keep an eye on it for Sunday afternoon. Meanwhile, we have a hurricane, Hurricane Igor. Hurricane Igor will remain well off the coast. However, watch out for rough surf. And if you're heading to the beach, just for one last gasp for September, watch out for riptides because the surf is going to be very strong and the riptides are going to be just as strong or stronger. So keep an eye out for that for this weekend. But Hurricane Eagle will remain well out in the Atlantic, impacting Bermuda significantly, but that's about it. And then it'll move up into the northern Atlantic early next week. High pressure will remain controlled into early next week. And actually, the next chance for organized rainfall will not be until Wednesday evening with another strong cold front. Thank you for choosing NYNJPA weather as your weather source for the northern mid-Atlantic. I'm meteorologist Stephen DiMartino. Have an excellent day.